One of the hardest things to me about designing is the choices. Which yarn, which colors, which texture, which shape, which edges, which finishing. So I tend to choose a story or something I want to say. And when I get overwhelmed by too many options, I go back to that and let it answer the question. Help me choose what fits what I'm trying to say. I worked with guys in drug and alcohol rehab for 5 years. Recovery is so intense. It's about the next 5 minutes, the next 5 hours, the next 5 days. It's this process. And it brings you from giddy, hysterical laughter to the depth of dark that you didn't know could hurt so bad. And I wanted to say something dramatic with this space, this big boxy sweater, so much room to say something. And yet it's a very comfortable daily kind of style to me. It's like a rich sweatshirt. And so something that was daily and yet dramatic. And that's what recovery turns out to be, having watched these guys go through it. So when I was picking colors, I went with the poppy flower. I think poppy flower is a really good symbol of recovery because it's these huge, dramatically colored, delicate petals, fragile. A rainstorm can wipe them out. And at the center of this very dark core, which is where the opium is in the right varieties. And so there's this tension between the beauty and the poison. So here's purple poppy flower. And the colors I chose go along with this. I chose black, a darker mauve purple, and a lighter mauve purple. And I wanted big intarsia panels, 5 skeins per row in this sweater. Here's the colors. And when I took out the groove of 5 skeins at a time, it was stockinette, so it's fairly simple. I decided to add sort of the bleed from the colors together in the actual color work with duplicate stitch at the end. The point is that in addiction, you never really just put the addiction away. You don't leave it behind completely. It's always an option. Once you've known that high, you always know it's a possibility. And the harder things get, or the more dull things get, or the more tired of this all things get, the more you want that high back. So you just push to the edge of your life and you fill the rest of your life with things that are more important, that have more pull to you, to keep you from the edges. So in this sweater, the black is at the edges, and then it bleeds into the darker purple of the inner petals and the lighter purple of the outer petals. It's almost like you're looking at an aerial view of 2 poppies and the edges of their petals meet in the middle. For styling, I was going for something like this. Color blocking I've always loved and never done, so this is a big jump for me and I really like it. It looks nothing like this, by the way, but it's the idea of big blocks of color. And this really did sort of push me into what I was thinking. This was the one that was my jump start into the right color shaping that I wanted. And that's its story. And I usually use so much more time and I don't know what else to say. I'm excited about what I'm learning. I'm learning intarsia and I'm learning about taking a big boxy thing and giving it shape, the illusion of shape, with color. I really am excited to show it to you in a couple weeks.